GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah,
Golden Boy, thank you for the undercards, but yeah, y'all got some explaining to do on the main events.
Facts, though. Yeah, Top Rank. Obviously we had a main event where Naoya Monster Inoue, does his, fights his mandatory and defends his WBA and IBF bantamweight belts against his number one contender Michael Dasmarinas. And obviously this is pretty much a glorified showcase, and it was a hell of a showcase. Before we get into that fight, though, definitely want to get into the opener fight, with Isaac Dogbay and Adam Lopez. That was a hell of a scrap.
That might be the fight of the weekend.
It was, and I just saw it today. I finally caught up to it.
I thought it was before, leading into it, and it definitely lives up to the expectations and the hype of what.
It's definitely the fight I was most looking forward to, and it delivered, because that was the one it was hard for me to make a prediction on that one. I kept going back and forth,
Yeah, because it was just a lot of things too. Because Adam Lopez, obviously, dude is tough. Dude's a tough fighter. He's had tough fights, and you have Dogbay, who's a former champion, though. But we don't know how much of the beings that from Navarrete that took out of him. So
he was coming back. He was putting in some solid comeback performances, but this was the first time he fought someone who was on his level or who posed the same type of threat.
And the funny thing is, too, it didn't look like way in the beginning, because like Dogbay was actually, I thought was handling Lopez pretty well. I was like, okay, this is okay. Dogbay probably turned over a new leaf, But I think once Lopez, was able to crack him with, I think it was like a left hook, and all of a sudden you saw Dogbay's demeanor change.
He was getting hurt.
After the fifth round, fucking Lopez was dog walking him. No pun intended.
Yeah, that's a good one, yo. Lopez was putting hands on Dogbay at times. Dogbay looked like he was unsure. He looked like in the second Navarrete fight. He didn't know if he should fight harder. But he definitely looked like he didn't know really what to do.
Yo, KP, yo, Mike, yo.
Oh.
Yeah. He
that nigga jogging.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't know what to do, and I'm just like, yo. And Dogbay was just like,
Dogbay was still landing when he was getting whooped. It wasn't until late in the fight where I felt like he started really kind of catching Lopez, and he started hurting Lopez again. So I could understand him, pulling the fight out, because it was close. Lopez made it close as fuck. You could really say it was a draw, really.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that fight. I thought that fight was draw. I was like, because I was like, are they gonna give Lopez the win, or is Dogbay gonna get the win?
I can see Dogbay making the case because he controlled too many of the earlier rounds. The first half, he kind of handled that, and Lopez battled back. Lopez fought in a way where you thought Lopez was gonna knock him out.
Right.
I was waiting for the uppercut season. I was waiting for it.
That's one thing. Lopez, I'm always rooting for that guy, because he brings it every time. He might get jobbed, but
he's like the Josito Lopez.
Yeah, he's kind of a dude. Because he always in exciting fights, and he's always gonna bring his A game as much as his A game is. He'll bring it.
He can punch, he can move, he can box. You see him get the most out of his talent. That's why, no one complains when Lopez has a hard fight. But I'm sorry, Jamal Charlo shouldn't be having the type of fights Lopez is having at this point in his career.
Facts.
I'm sorry, I just gotta keep bringing it back to that shit, because for some reason, motherfuckers is on some other shit with that fight. We can be honest.
Yeah, Lopez is a tough guy. Pretty much, he gave Valdez hell, and he has a loss. A close loss or not really a close. Actually, it wasn't a close loss to Stephen Fulton. Like, dude is a quality fighter. Like I said, so. Dog Bay, having a little trouble with him, while it was a little bit alarming, it was like, sometimes it is what it is. Like, sometimes you're just showing a level. And Adam Lopez is definitely up there in terms of.
Yeah, I think it's more Lopez is tougher, hits harder than we thought, more so than Dog Bay looking bad. Because Dog Bay kind of had him controlled, but Dog Bay, like, if he couldn't turn the corner and really hurt you, get you out of there, he needed to drop the discourage him more. But Lopez figured him out and started putting his foot in his ass.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly would not mind seeing a rematch of this. Like, I mean, they can.
I think Dog Bay minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, I feel you. I agree. I would love to see a rematch, but I wouldn't have Dog Bay take it. I would be on some. Look, I snagged a close one.
Yep.
Let me jump in the car. Let me take my ball. Go home.
Yeah, because I know
you put their cards together, and one day you could get a rematch. But I'm taking that fight.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I'm pretty sure Top Rank has some plans with Dog because I know because now that he moved up from 122 to featherweight, so they're trying to. I know they're trying to do something with him.
No mention of them cutting Adam Lopez. I mean, since some niggas let go Rodriguez, I had to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, Top Rank. I mean, I don't know what they were doing lately. Like they let go of Carlos Adames. Now he's gonna be on the PBC card. They're. It seems like if you're fucking up just once, you're gone.
You better
Lopez. Don't get too comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave.
You gotta win your next one, bro.
Yeah, else you might be showing the door. But definitely had to mention it because that was really an outstanding opener. Yeah,
that was the one fight that we all predicted would be a good fight and looked forward to, and it delivered.
It delivered. Yeah.
Out of the whole weekend,
Absolutely.
That's the one fight that truly delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Monster delivered, but
Yeah, the Monster definitely delivered. But the other women's fight though, Michaela Mayer versus Erica Forrest. Yeah,
it was decent. It was decent.
That wasn't bad. You're a little harder on.
He's a little hard on that fight.
In my case, it was two things. Because I'm not really a Mayer fan, and then two, I was watching the fuckery, play out with Charlo and Montiel. So
you comparing it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, I'm a Mayer fan, and I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight.
He's had worse performances than that, so.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I don't know what this thing will be expecting,
And she got a unification coming up next fight, so the next fight should be better.
Who's she fighting, Pete?
What'd you say?
Who's she fighting?
What's her name? Isn't it unification? I can't pronounce her name. Hamadouche. I can't even. But I saw she announced it.
Because this is the thing with Pat. He'll say, "I'm not really a fan of so and so." Look, you don't have to be a fan of so and so to admit they had a good fight. It somehow is that goes into him rating the performance or not. He be low key with it though.
Yeah, I'm flat out admitting I wasn't as interested in this fight. Because she was more offensive than she usually is. Yeah, but it was
more.
It wasn't per script. It went to the script. It was what we expected. Kind of.
Yeah, there's nothing left to really say about that fight. It was there.
It happened. It came and went. She got hit a little more. She was more offensive. I thought it was a solid performance. Not her worst fight. Hopefully the next fight's even better. But like we said, it definitely wasn't the women's fight of the weekend. So
right.
We're not gonna lie and say that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then now we had the main event with Monster and Dasmarinas. Now this fight got some interesting reactions for some reason now people are now after watching this fight, they're like, now it seems like people actually getting it about Monster. Like they actually getting
it took them long enough.
Took them too fucking long. Way too fucking long.
Yeah, thank you, Damian Lillard. So everybody after that was like, well, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Inoue. I'm like, everybody kept saying that because Damian Lillard said that. I ain't sold on Inoue.
Like, what the fuck a basketball ass nigga gonna start in a fucking
Dame said he's not sold? Did Dame say he's not sold?
Yes.
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 He really said that.
Exactly. What the fuck was a basketball ass nigga?
Yeah,
Dame's one of those guys that, like, as a basketball player, actually, you know,
he does follow boxing, but like
he does, but he's like an advanced casual, like,
right?
Hype piece.
Yeah, I mean, he might actually probably, you know, he might watch a certain sector of boxing social media videos too much. Maybe that's where
he's no better than the damn offensive linebackers talk about they could beat cool draws in the fight or some shit or whatever. Like, come on, man.
Well, I think with Monster, I mean, it's because, you know, he obviously he fights a smaller weight, and B, now that he's on Top Break ESPN, you know, that Maloney, and then now obviously the Dasmarinas fight, he's, you know, he's getting guys out of there, and it's impressively getting those guys out of there.
Yeah,
but he's been doing that. He's been doing that for years.
But now he has a platform. So now he has a platform of Top Ranking ESPN of that, you know.
But
he was doing it on HBO. Like,
I was saying, he was doing it on HBO.
I mean, here's my thing about this too. Like, I mean, Monster getting such from beating Dasmarinas. Like, I mean, he beat Maloney, who's actually a ranked fighter. Like, you know, Donaire, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Payano, Jamie McDonald. These are all ranked fighters. Like, and then people think he's overrated, but it takes him beating a mandatory that most of us knew that he didn't have a chance to make people realize that Monster is the talent.
I mean, he did turn Dasmarinas into a cloud of dust, basically.
Yeah, he did.
That does help.
And that shit was impressive. I mean, come on, the body shots, man. That was all.
Yeah, Dasmarinas,
like how good his body shots are.
No,
like, he beat those other guys. He beat them down, but like Dasmarinas was like a damn brutality. Punched him, and then just the bones just exploded.
Those body shots were hellacious. Monster like lit him up, and people was just like, "Oh, now we get it." I'm like, "Yeah, that dude is." I mean, I came around with Monster, you know, eventually too. But yeah, it's like, I mean, you could cut that dude is special. It's like, but it shouldn't take him fighting this type of opponent to make people realize that he is special. That's my own
years after, like, he been doing it. Like, damn, like, I tell y'all niggas about Monster ever since them Chocolatito undercards and telling Monster he's the one. I'm like, dude.
It took me a while. I mean, I'm gonna lie. It took me a little while too. But I've
been on Monster since 2016.
I mean,
This nigga been doing it for a high level for a good minute, man.
No, he has been, but I mean, I think there's now the ESPN push and the platform, you know, being undefeated. You know, I just feel like it's helping him, and it's a good thing for boxing. It's a good thing for him. But I'm just saying,
right?
I can see why now people are kind of, because on a night of hella boxing cards, he's the one that kind of closed the show early and impressively.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. When you find an overmatched opponent, you put him away.
You give people the knockout that they expected.
Yeah.
Not in the 10 for 12 round clips go. Anywhere between the first and 5 rounds.
Right.
Preferably 3.
And he dropped him a whole shitload. He dropped him like 2 times or whatever. I have to admit though, Dasmarinas, before the eventual knockout, when he got up from one of the body shot knockouts, I was impressed. I was like, wait a minute, oh shit. You know, goddamn, like this Filipino's kind of tough. He actually got up from that shit, and then Monster pretty much hit him in the same place again. He went down for good.
No, that first one looked like he was over after the first one. That boy was in pain.
Yeah, he was done. And then Doc just mentioned, looking at his comments. Doc says, "I feel like Top Rank didn't bring him to the U.S. fast enough." Well, first, you know, you had the the pandemic, and then also the fact that Monster was recovering from the Donaire fight. Because, you know, he did get a crack orbital and broken
down. He's got to make use of him now. Like,
now you got to give him, you know, stop, you know, give him them big fights, you know, give him unification, keep keep building on this because this is for a lower weight class fighter. This is the optics are there. So
it's funny because this is a step back from the Maloney fight.
Yeah, I mean, he needed to have these performances because Top Rank is doing a terrible job of promoting him and his fights. So.
But then they did that little all access special that they also did from was actually pretty damn good for them. I wasn't even expecting that. They actually did one of those behind the scene episodes. I don't know if you guys watched it or not.
I didn't watch that.
They didn't promote it enough.
I started it, but I'm YouTubing at work. It's tough, so I started it, but shit.
Yeah, I seen they made one for Lomachenko, so I'll try to watch it, but I don't want to see a grown man whine about losing a fight that he lost.
I saw that shit. Yeah,
lucky punch.
Literally, I didn't finish it, but I watched the first 5 minutes, and it was all about the Loma loss. And I was like, okay, I'm not. Lomachenko, Lopez wins, and then it's just like you say, okay, they're just trying to push that narrative.
Yeah, I ain't trying to see. It's just like I don't need to see a Wilder documentary about how he lost to Fury and all the excuses. I don't think I need to see a Lomachenko behind the scenes and how he think about the Lopez fight. Like, is it over and done? Like,
I've heard some very negative things about that. So I mean, I'm because I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. And I was probably gonna watch it after this. But I'm just like, do I really want to watch 30 minutes of Lomachenko making excuses? No, not really.
No. and maybe barely 5 minutes of Nakatani, if that.
Yeah, we just want to get this fucking Nakatani fight over with. So,
but I'm excited for that fight. I know.
No. It's gonna be a good fight. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but I feel like Tank Barrios is the real fight of the weekend.
That's dope. Yeah, that's a dope set of cards next week.
But I think Rosario is the damn the one we got the question mark like that we expect some crazy shit to happen.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame because that is going to be a good fight, between Loma and Nakatani. But unfortunately, the pay-per-view card is gonna, I feel bad for Nakatani because this is his fight. But yeah, you gotta knock it the fuck off my TV.
They should not put it on the same day as a fucking pay-per-view. Like, this would have been a great Friday card.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, and that's why I think J-Rock is rigid off that card. He's like, he's not on it no more. J-Rock's still in some shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, J-Rock's not on that card anymore, so that's quite unfortunate.
I mean, but it's not like he had a crazy fight on there that we was expecting.
I forgot he was going to be on the card until I realized he's not on the card anymore. I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yes.
So it's not like anything of value was lost, and no disrespect to J-Rock. But...
Yeah, he wasn't fighting a high level opponent like that. So so.
And I'm just with there's so much boxing now, and there's not enough meaningful fights. I'd be like kind of just over with dudes fighting once or twice a year, and they're fighting this type of underwhelming fights. I know he's coming off a loss and surgery, but. We just got to be honest here, man. Sometimes we just don't give a fuck about those type of fights.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just give him, when he comes back, give him versus Tony Harrison, make the other minute a Fox card and call it good.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with a Tony Harrison J-Rock card fight.
And don't put it on
even fucking Peralta versus J-Rock.
Yeah, that'd be dope too. But I'm saying this, whatever J-Rock Harrison mix of a fight, just put it on regular Fox, not Showtime.
Yes, honestly, that'd be a good main event. Like we keep giving these niggas game, like
too much.
Speaking of which, when the hell is Fox gonna ever do their rollout? Like their next rollout for the fucking thing?
Everybody's still out of shape.
Yeah.
all we got is Ben from Pac-Man. That's about it when it comes to the Fox.
Yeah, they should have been had that.
That's pay-per-view, bro.
That was the whole budget right there, though.
That's it. Yeah. We got was it Michael Rivera's fighting or some shit that I saw recently?
Yeah, well, he's not fighting on Fox though. He's fighting on Showtime.
And half the and the rest of the budget went to the Wilder Fury undercard.
Right?
It might be worth it.
Right?
Yeah, so it's pretty much like they didn't get some shit together.
Yeah.
You know, but at least now it's just good that at least Monster is finally starting to get his props, and rather than niggas just shitting on him because they don't know his opponents or they don't know the divisions he's fought.
Yeah, like I hate that because one thing like that, and I'm gonna say this, I don't really care. One thing I always hate is when like they use like it's this one person that's like, why are you mentioning? Because like I know we want to talk about, you know, how we feel like, you know, certain people feel certain fighters are, you know, underlooked for whatever reason. You all know what it is, but then they'll say, well, you know, then you got guys like Inoue that are marketed, but how come this? But like whoa, like. I can understand your plight, but fucking Inoue is legit. So why are you using him as an example? Because Inoue deserves all the props that he's getting.
Sounds like a non-boxing accent. Because first of all, it comes back to what we say all the time. Like, you know, we want to hype up the American fighter. They got a built-in media press. People fuck with them just off the strength of them being black sometimes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't go and put on these, you know, performances like they're supposed to, you know, they're not looking like Terrence Crawford does when he's beating up these damn, you know, competition he's fighting. If we're not getting that from these guys, don't get mad when somebody who don't speak English comes and does your dirty work for you and it looks way better.
Yep, exactly.
Because what happens is, you know, they're gonna get more shine because they did something cooler. They got to stop it. They put on a good fight. You know, they beat up somebody that they weren't supposed to. Like,
the point of boxing is mainly entertainment. So if you're not entertaining niggas, then you ain't gonna get.
Especially y'all say it's prize fighting. Okay, when y'all get the prize, are y'all gonna give us the fight worth it? Like,
facts.
Yep.
Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, don't
can't
get
have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't get mad because somebody, you know, is stealing your shine when you have the same opportunity.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Like, I get on Crawford, but I only get on him for competition. I don't get on the performances. I mean, okay, the career mode glitch with Mean Machine, but other than that, I don't get on the performances because we know he's fighting mid guys, B-level, C-level guys, but he beats the fuck out of them.
Absolutely.
And I'll never shit on somebody for beating the fuck out of somebody they're supposed to. So if you're getting that Crawford treatment and all that hype, then you better give me fucking Crawford results, goddamn.
Yep, and Doc's saying it's the plight of Floyd Mayweather.
Give me fucking pretty boy Floyd results. Don't give me Money May results.
Facts.
Don't give me 10-2 against a jobber when you're fucking 23 years old or 24 years old, 28 years old in your prime. Don't average 33 punches around when you're fucking down 26 years old.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, y'all niggas want to get to the second disc of Resident Evil 2. Like, y'all gotta play the first disc, nigga. Like, y'all gotta put the violence in, man. Y'all gotta put the work in. Y'all niggas literally put the fucking blood code in and just started playing Mortal Kombat. You ain't earned that shit.
Yeah, exactly. And Doc just mentioned too many black fighters are so worried about how they look in the ring and not worried about how they get rid of the lower tier fighter.
Facts. Straight up. I mean, give me Floyd Corrales. Give me Floyd Corrales, Floyd Gotti. Give me some of that shit. Don't just think your money made when you ain't been pretty boy.
Right. And don't complain when people are telling you Monster is bodying top 10, top 5 opponents in his division, and why is he getting all this attention? Because that's what he's doing something that other fighters are not really doing. So yeah, don't worry about what Monster's doing. Do what Monster's doing to rank fighters in your division. You know what I'm saying?
It's like y'all want the same accolades, but y'all getting the same opportunity. Like, body these motherfuckers. Like, it ain't fucking rocket science. Like,
Yeah.
Like Shakur Stevenson, it's not like he has some type of outstanding defense. He's just quicker and has faster reflexes.
Yeah.
So use that on the offensive side. Put the punches together and beat the shit out of somebody. Don't use that to be super negative or to neutralize a guy and just keep jumping around the ring like fucking Nightcrawler, nigga. Like, use the fucking Nightcrawler and teleport and be all some scary defensive shit, or you teleport like Scorpion and you throw the punch. Which one look better?
Fact. Yep. Straight up. Shout out to Terrence Thompson speaking some real in the comments. So.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like, niggas want to look all pretty and shit. Like, the knockout will always look prettier than whatever bullshit you doing for 12 rounds. Let me just tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
I'll take fucking Shannon Briggs getting outboxed by Lahovich for fucking 12 rounds and getting the fucking epic knockout at the end over some motherfucking sweet science and a nigga for 12 rounds and just playing patty cake. Like, honestly, like, the knockout will redeem everything. Like, I don't give a fuck. He didn't look good. Did he knock him out? Yeah, he did. Okay, man, what the fuck? Next fight. Y'all niggas is prolonging y'all gut check. Me and Pat had this conversation the other day. Like, dudes don't want to get a little offensive against the lower level punchers that they fight, so they never have to weather the storm against the punchers from a lower class. So they'll get their gut check moment in the big fight of their life. And if you don't want to have a gut check moment against niggas who are elite, because you might not survive that gut check moment. What's better? Shakur Stevenson have a gut check moment against a police officer from Africa who has a high KO rate, or having a gut check moment against fucking Oscar Valdez who stops motherfuckers late.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all niggas put these performances together, man. Stop hating on Monster. If you don't know the fucking divisions they campaign at, fucking start paying attention more.
Yeah, exactly. Go to YouTube. YouTube has pretty much all his fights. Wikipedia, BoxRec. You can go through his records. Like, I mean, everything out here to actually learn what Monster's all about. You know what I'm saying?
How many times the motherfuckers been speaking Monster for years? How fucking long we gotta tell y'all? Just watch the motherfucking fights.
Absolutely.
Monster Squad.
They
need to remake that movie, my nigga. Y'all remaking all this other bullshit.
Yeah, we need more box movies, period. Flat out.
There's more boxers than Muhammad Ali and damn Mike Tyson.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
We love dearly, but
yeah.
Make a great fucking boxing movie off of any 10. You can name 10 boxers right now. Current acting will make a good boxing movie.
Yeah, I mean, Showtime made Four Kings. We can do some more documentaries with lesser named fighters. Four Kings is a good start in that direction.
Yeah.
I want to get into our last and final card, and this one won't be too long, but